And here we are. That's a lot better to be in the party. I mean, chatting over that is a lot more awkward, I believe. Let's just make sure the audio is and audio is working. So welcome today to FRL F2 Season 13 for the US Grand Prix. However, we are not taking on Las Vegas. We were meant to take on Las Vegas this week, but instead we are in the great state of Texas. We are at the Circuit of the Americas for the first US GP of the season. My name is SR Zook now. I am going to be taking you through the action here today. Joining me today is, I don't know, a 5-pack of Walkers, Dorito flavoured. As you can tell, I'm basically on my own for this one. Oh, yeah. Just going to get the track map up for today. And hello to everyone who is joining us here today. It's good evening, everyone. So a lot of support there for Humanoid. Humanoid hopefully he does well. Obviously, I've got a little bit of bias for a few drivers, former teammates here in FRL, such as Humanoid, and O'Steven. But here in Kota today, 18-minute qualifying, 28-lap race. We don't know the weather. So what's it going to be? Who knows? But 3.426 miles takes you a lap around the American track here today, with heavy braking zones such as 1, 11, and to an extent 12. Your heavy braking zones there, that's where you the lockups are going to be very popular on the car, especially with the rear locking we have on this game. And then of course the fast flowing S sections of turns 2 into 10, so easy to pick your track limit warnings there, as well. The slower twisty part of 12 to 16, double right-hander mode of 17 and 18, and then 2 left-handers of 19 and 20. But the 20 corners will make up one lap of Kota, but obviously 28 times here, so a lot of time penalties are going to be very, very critical. But we will be getting underway hopefully very soon. As we're just waiting for everyone to join up into the lobby. As Ben has put Zook the Nuke. My name's not Lewis. I don't torpedo anyone. Or anything, I don't know. But I'm here. I'm here for the vibes, and yeah, they owe me because I wanted to race. I wanted to race so bad. Mint. Got a mint day coming up. But everyone is loading into the lobby. We'll look at the championship standings for going into this race. So your standings, when I can find them, I'm going into the Discord for this. I was going to do it through Google Sheets, but no. Let me just go there and then boom. But your standings, before reports have been added for the Australian Grand Prix, because there were quite a few, your standings, Morgan Cassenby is your championship leader. However, he is no longer, as he has been moved up to Tier 1 as of this week. So your effective championship leader into this race is the Lithuanian himself, Ignelis. With fair play to him. Do you think you might crash into Ballboy? We're not Silverstone, I promise you I won't be crashing into Ballboy this week. But Nilsano is second in the It's effectively second in the championship. With Charlie, we're just going all up, fourth. Mikael van Dongen in fifth. Michael F1 sixth. Ezak seventh. Rackler eighth. Berry de Beer is in ninth, with Bullboy rounding out your top 10 for the championship. But your constructors championship champions yet. Williams have a healthy lead after I believe that's a 1-3 in the Qatar Grand Prix. However, failing to score in the Australian Grand Prix could prove critical here for the. Wait, I need to. Give me a sec. I need to check this. Who the hell are the Williams? Right, I'm gonna have to fire Nelsano here because he's got the bloody team wrong. Can Ellis is driving? Oh my god! Oh my gosh! I'm gonna have to out them and say this. Give me 1 second, peeps. This is the way to start, isn't it? But yeah, Williams. Apparently, Williams are top of the constructor standings. So that's meant we will be firing Nilsano very soon. I can promise you that. So we won't go over the constructor standings. No, Alpine are probably up there. But yeah, we're firing Nilsano after that because that is disgraceful. He's got them all wrong. Bloody donut. So I'm quickly going to invite someone in by kicking my pedals. So I'm just going to get someone in. I just need to just send to turn Nelson. We've only got 14 at the moment. We have got 16 down to race, which a little bit low, I think. But oh well, we'll have a good race. I can guarantee you we will. As, we have basically fired Nilsson over for getting the construction centre on now. But we should be getting underway very soon. We're just getting Rackler in at the moment. So apologies for me being a bit awkward. Here he is! Here he is here. But we possibly are going to get underway very shortly indeed. 15 drivers. So not the best, but definitely not the worst. We could have had the old F1 season something. Salute. But we are going to get underway now for this US GP here today, as we've got the countdown 4, 3, 2, 1, and put your predictions in the chat for your top 3 here in qualifying. Don't forget, short qualifying, we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 18 minutes. You can tell I'm not prepared. I've just got home from work. Like, you can tell I ain't prepared at all. I normally have my notes for commentary. I have them for most tracks, and one of the only tracks I haven't actually written for is Kota, because I was expecting Las Vegas, and I did get this. Like, I know I had it a few days ago, but I just forgot to click. It didn't click to go and do a Kota one. And I've got nothing. But yeah, don't forget to put your predictions in the chat on who you think will take that elusive pole position here in Kota. Don't forget though, one of the tracks where you don't want to get it as much in comparison to like Monaco, but we are in the sunny bright sun of Texas here today. I'm just going to quickly get up the map, and I'm going to get up your timing, and let's red flag it now. Oh, Steven on pole. Yeah, love to see it. But here is your group for today. So it's Steven for Ferrari, Gnellis is for the Alpine team, moving away driver Nat, beautiful to B14, Scar for McLaren, it's Charlie for Red Bull, Van Dongen for Aston Martin, Leslie in the Aston Martin, Sandwich for AlphaTauri, the other brother, Rackler, Nilsano, Edzak, Michael F1, Mickey Garthi, JB, Cassie and Bullboy. I'm going to make my predictions today on do you know what? We are going to go a bit left wing, you could say. I'm going to go for a Nilsano pole position. I'm going to go for a Rackler P2. I'm going to go for an Edzak P3. But the first driver on the track is none of those three. In fact, it is Mr. NSX Scar, man in the McLaren, the F3 Season 8 world champion, the last F3 world champion we had. So he knows what it's like to win races. He knows what to do to win championships. We all know it. And we're going to see what he's able to do. He's not the most renowned for his qualifying, but he definitely seems to be a little bit faster on this game in comparison. The man who I believe is somewhere in the championship. I hope he's somewhere in the championship. That'd be really concerning if he isn't. The man, yeah, 14th in the championship, yet to score a point this season after 12th in Qatar, retiring in Australia. Can Scar put to rest these demons of not scoring any points and take his first of the season here in Kota? But it's going to be the McLaren on that Red Bull soft disc compounder tyre, who's going to be your first one to set a lap here in Kota. As there we go, the flashing light is off, and we are underway here down round turn 20. Now the long run up the hill, up into turn 1. Remember, heavy braking zone, lap has started. Heavy braking zone here, easy to lock up your rear compounder tyre, your rear tyres here. But Scar misses his apex quite majorly there, but manages to get on the accelerator quite well. Now on the run into turn 3, 4 and 5, the S section here, reminiscent of Suzuka here as now through the easy to invalidate section, the swooping right left, now through the slower section onto the kink in turn 10. Obviously will be purple in that first sector for now, but Scar through to turn 11, second heavy braking zone here as trying to get onto the acceleration here, gets onto it beautifully, DRS wide open, now flying through. The sun's not going to be helping him here, as it's going to be glaring down right onto his braking point. Through now to turn 12, can cut this quite a lot here, and Scar does in the end, but he misses the apex there, so he loses a little bit of speed. Now on the run to 13, 14, and misses apex of 14, but does hold on as we got Bunty in the chat saying Uminoid for the win. I don't think he can go against that these days, but now through the swooping 17, 18, now on the run to 19 here. What's it going to be for Scar, the McLaren, into the sunset here, as he's now going to the line here. What's it going to be? A 34-0, as next up will be the Red Bull, and I will just be right back. As Uminoid's put in the chat, it's going to be a wet race. As Ellis has gone to the top of the timing sheet. My apologies there. I had a knock on the door and I just had to quickly check who it was. It was my brother. As Ed's backing out of the line, can he reminisce of his teammate? Only at half a tenth off there. So really strong outing so far for the Alpine team. Who's it going to be next? I think it's Leslie who's come into the pit lane now, who's invalidated his lap. So it's the GOAT himself. It's Mr. O'Steven on the hardest compounder tyre now. So what can O'Steven do on that white wall tyre? A 36.3, I don't think that's a representative time for him. As Mickey goes up now to 5th fastest on the soft. Might have had a mistake in there, but next up is the brothers. It's Rackler first, as he goes 4th fastest there, 34.3. What can his brother do? And it's Miguel Van Dongen now through turn 20. What then can the Aston Martin do? Absolutely nothing. I've just noticed it's invalidated. The absolute muppet. As your next one to set a lap here will be the Scotsman, the flying Scotsman in fact. And it is Cassidy to the line. What's it going to be? 4th fastest for him, living up to his name there today, as I think it's now everyone just coming into the pit lane. As we got yellow flags, I believe that is Cassidy. But Nilsano on his outlap there, he's got the Alpine behind him. Don't forget the Alpines aren't pushing now. They are well done and dusted for this session. But we'll drive on board with Mr. Nilsano here, the bottle job himself, here in FRL as we like to call him. But has shown a lot of promise, a lot of pace here in F2. But up now on run to turn 1, gets it and hits his apex beautifully there. And now for a little through turn 2, swooping, keep to the inside, maintain the speed, because if you lose it here through turn 3, 4, 5, that is your lap absolutely destroyed, especially your first sector. There is no way you're going to make it back. And he's purple in the first sector. He gets too greedy though through turn 7 and invalidates his lap time. Further ahead, Michael F1, he is out, not going to be going up the timing sheet slightly, as he has invalidated his lap time here. So I think the next person to be on a lap Everyone's coming out for their second runs here. I think it'll be it'll be Leslie as a bit of a shocker. The Alpha Tauri, who's not had the best of time in FRL, I would say, when it comes to the point positions, as he is currently sitting last, as this is the first race he's attended this season. It looks like, but we're going to ride on board with the Scuderia Alpha Tauri, as no worries, still going to be pushing, or are they? It's going to be an interesting one to see. They are pushing. Michael F1 is pushing. We're going to ride on board with the Williams driver, as now we go through turn 1 here and misses Apex just slightly, but still cleared and tidy through turn 2. Keeps to the inside, keeps his speed up. Now 7th gear through the S section here. He's committed through 3, a bit tentative through 4 and 5, but he's right back committed as he's purple in that first sector. It looks like we don't know whether it's actually purple. We don't know yet. But Michael F1 now making clean work of turn 10 there, on the run to turn 11. He's got the McLaren in front. It's not hard to see with the Papaya car ahead of the Williams racing team driver here. As now we're going down the main straight here. What's it going to be for Michael? As he's got the Williams logo right to the sky with the DRS wide open. Now coming through turn 12. What's it going to be for the Mr. Number 12 on the car? Through turn 12, now through 13, unlucky for some, but it's not proving unlucky here today for Michael F1, as now we go through the more technical section on the run, as I think that's yellow flags at turn 1. That's the Aston Martin letting the McLaren by, who's on a fast lap, but now through 18, on the run to 19, easy to invalidate here if you run wide, but Michael, he knows where the limit is for his car, and he's able to hold on. What's it going to be for the Williams? Can he challenge for the pole? Third fastest. That's a strong outing there for Michael F1. I think next up will be Leslie, who's back into the pit lane. So now Nilsano, the Alfa Romeo, missed the bottle job. Here, what's it going to be for the Alfa Romeo Sauber? As he goes to the line, it's provisional pole for Nilsano. Fastest overall. He's shown Ignelis his deck here, which I wouldn't recommend doing if you want to win in Polka, but you know. As though Stephen on the mediums now. He's just showing us all the tyres now. He's quite impressive. As I think next cross line, it won't be Rackler as he's starting his outlap. It's going to be Mr. NSX car, the Papaya car. 3.5 tenths up here as we go through 17 and 18. He's able to hook it up beautifully, and now and it's beautiful camera work to see here in Kota. He's not fully on the limit there, but obviously playing a bit more safe to try and get this lap time on the board. What's it going to be for Scar? 4th fastest for the McLaren, purple in that 3rd and final sector. Next up's going to be Charlie, the Red Bull. What's it going to be for the Red Bull driver? Oh, he's taken it off Nilsano. It's the Red Bull at the top of the timing sheet. As JB, the man in 9th now, another world champion. Here, the F4 Season 3 drivers champion comes up to the line. What's it going to be for him? Stays in 9th fastest despite improving, just showing the pace at the front. As I think, looking ahead, I think maybe Nilsano is not. I don't think Nilsano's on a lap here. Nope, he's not. Ignelis is starting his. So we're going to ride on board with the Alpine drivers of Edzak to begin with. As the Latvian now coming through turn 19, beautifully done. He's right on the limit there. As now, what's it going to be for the Alpine no gain team, as you could call it? To the line, stays. Well, goes up to 3rd fastest, only a 10th of an improvement there. As next up, Rackler is going to come through turn 20 and up to the line. What's it going to be? 6th fastest for the Aston. As I think it's the Ferrari next to Steven to the line. As he's starting his lap, so it's the Mercedes maybe. No, Mickey is starting his lap. The McLaren next. Nope, Cassie on an outlap. The Aston maybe. Van Dongen. Yeah, well right, it's Van Dongen. It's the Aston Martin. It's the brother pushing that car to the limit here. He needs to get this lap time in, as he sits 13th fastest at the moment. Well, not even fastest. as he goes 10th fastest there, 1.2 seconds off his brother as Mickey has spun through turn 7. We've just caught that as next across the line Leslie has started his lap. I think it's Ignelis. Your next to set a lap time will be Alpine, the Lithuanian here. With it, can he be his teammate? Can he send it to the top? It's exactly the same! That is incredible! Charlie and Ignelis have set the exact same time as each other, and that is a very weird rarity of seeing the top two exactly the same. You can't split them. As next across the line will be O'Steven on that medium compound tyre, a second up basically on his lap time. What's it going to be? Can he even get past Mickey or maybe even Van Dongen on that medium compound tyre? O'Steven to the line, 11th fastest. That is a solid time. Now Leslie will be the next one to cross the line, I believe. But we're through Cassidy, the Williams driver. What's it going to be for the Flying Scotsman? With the Verstappen helmet there, to the line, Cassidy, 6th fastest for him. Living up to the same as the Flying Scotsman, but Leslie is the Flying Dutchman here. What's it going to be for the AlphaTauri? Can he challenge his good friends in 10th and 7th? Can he even possibly even make it another time? At the top note is 10th fastest for the AlphaTauri driver. The only two not to set a lap time, Mr. Poolboy, who never leaves his pit lane. He must be still grinding to that 2 billion target or something, who knows. As maybe Mickey is on a lap here, down on his time, 18 thousandths of a second, so he's basically equal through on his time so far. But now the Mercedes, what's he able to hook up here? I mean, that's beautiful, I will admit, beautiful W14, but it's a lot better in the night, I would say. I don't think it very much suits Kota as a track, but the glaring sun now down, beaming on that W14 through turn 12, as he's quite committed, to be fair, through there. As the man in George Russell's seat, please don't be turning in on anybody, or hoping they turn in on you, as the Ferrari is just ahead here, and it's not ideal, as he's on the apex, cutting the corner, as is O'Steven getting out of the way? He does, he's got the awareness of Middlesbrough's goalkeeper here today. But what's he going to be for the Mercedes driver? 13th fastest at the moment. He needs to get a decent lap on the board here, but no! He's ran wide! What would it be? That was not ideal. Exactly the same, it says, as everyone now on their right laps for their final runs here. I think that's Cassidy building a gap, so I think as Cassidy is into the pit lane now, is that a double? Go through. Do you know what? We're going to ride on board with Scar again. The man loves the camera, and I think McLaren might be playing a bit of a team game here, trying to give Scar a tow, but it doesn't look it at the moment. As Scar now powering down the main straight, DRS wide open, dark trace to the ground. As he now comes down to turn number 12 there, hugs the apex beautifully, and Scar, he knows what he's doing here in qualifying. Can he possibly get himself up into that conversation for pole position? Don't forget the track is going to be ramping up, but this is the critical time. You've got to get out for your laps now, ladies and gentlemen. We've got 1 minute 50 to go. You've got to get out there, and O'Steven is leaving it late. A Scar now to the line. What's it going to be for the McLaren? As it's now dark trace to the floor, DRS wide open, 5th fastest for the McLaren. That is it for qualifying for him. As I think that's Van Dongen starting a lap, Alpine's starting a lap, Mercedes are even going on laps there, but no, I think Mickey is done and dusted here for qualifying. Humanoid isn't leaving the pit lane either, as I'm trying to find your next driver on the lap. I think it's Yaston's, it's Rackler, it's the brothers next here. Rackler, now he's got that DRS wide open on the run to turn 12 here, glaring down into his visor. What's it going to be for Rackler? How will he do with his apexes? as he has a big lock up there. Coming down into turn number 12. But he's able to make it work. The heavy braking proving very good for the no assist man. As the Dutchman, what's it going to be? As he gets that beautifully hooked up there, as now wrapping around 17, 18, hooking it up to 19 now. As he's got a little bit, maybe a little bit of traffic. No, he won't have any traffic at all. It's the Aston Martin. He's got to make it count. Misses his apex really majorly through 12, but it's 6th fastest for him. Cassidy is out qualified. He is currently in 7th place. I think it's the Ferrari next for Steven to finish to start his lap. I think it's JB going for another lap. No, JB is out of qualifying. That's a big one there. Or is he going to try and push the line? No. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. I think that's trying to think. JB has made it to the line there, so he will be your last one to set lap. Leslie is out. Humanoid is out. Nilsano, 3rd fastest, is out of qualifying. Edzak into the pit lane now. As Scar is into the pit lane. It's the Mercedes next. Mickey to the line. Nope, he's into the pit lane as well. It's the grinder himself. It's Mr. Ballboy. The last time F2 came to Kota, he was your race winner for McLaren. Unfortunately for Ferrari, I'm scared. That was shocking. As Ignelis across the line, he can't improve. So this is the wide open door for Charlie. 1/10 up on his time here. Can the Red Bull steal pole position from the Alpine here? He's got it anyway from Ignelis. But can he further extend his gap? He can by 2/10. It's a 33 flat for Charlie. But can anyone do anything to better him? Rackler is out of qualifying. Michael is not on a competitive lap time. Don't forget JB is up there. Maybe even though Steven could hook this up here. Don't forget the soft compound tyres proving beautiful for Mr. Steven. He's 1.9 currently off pole position. Can he possibly steal it? Who knows in FRL? You just never know. And that is the beauty of league racing. Don't forget as well, we've got Van Dongen. No, he is out. Oh, Steven to the line. It's 9th fastest for him. JB is the only one who can steal it now. JB to the line. Stays 9th fastest. Van Dongen is out. It is Charlie for Red Bull on pole position. Here today, Ignelis will join him on the front row. The Lithuanian. He had it in him to do it today, but unfortunately, he's just unable to match Charlie's blistering pace. Nilsano here in 3rd. Edzak will complete that 2nd row. Scar and Rackler share the 3rd row. Williams lock out the 4th. JB and O'Steven lock out. Old title rivals lock out your 5th row. Van Dongen and Leslie are on the 6th row. Mickey and Bullboy on the 7th row. And it's Humanoid as oh my gosh, that was funny. But it is Charlie out on top. Ignelis in 2nd on that front row. It's Nilsano 3rd, Edzak 4th, Scar 5th, Rackler 6th, Cassidy 7th, Michael 8th, JB 9th. O'Steven rounds out your top 10. Van Dongen and Leslie in 11th and 12th. Mickey in 13th, Bullboy in 14th, and Humanoid takes P15 here today. I'm just going to quickly... Can I think I can stand up? Give me a sec. Oh, do you know what? I think we're going to make this work. I tested this out yesterday. It sort of worked. Yeah, this is going to work. I'm going to be standing. Don't forget though, ladies and gentlemen, big development here. New update. Formation lap is back, and your red flags are making a introduction here in FRL this season, and they are here as it is wet here in Kota. The rain is open. The rain is here, the heavens have opened, and it is a swimming pool here in Texas. It's rare you see this in real life. It is down south in America, obviously. But you just never know here. I'm going to unplug this for a little bit until I sit down. But everyone now is going to be setting up their strategies, their fuel, making some possible adjustments to their setups with tyre pressures, maybe the front wing, maybe finding a bit too much understeer. Don't forget, though, that a lot of people could be on wet setups here. I think most people are, to be honest with you. I think a lot of people could have gone a lot faster in that qualifying session. We just never know. But it is going to be downpour. Could we see the inters into play? Are we starting on that wet compounder tyre? What a way to reintroduce Suk back into it. And it is oh, this is fun. This is going to be fun. Charlie Iglesias Alzano on the wet. Edzak in fourth is on that Greenwood intermediate compounder tyre. He is either going to be your biggest gainer or your biggest loser here today. The Latvian has pulled the dice already. And he is going to risk it for, well, Zabiscuit. Here today as well, everyone else opting for that blue walled compound tyre we rarely see in Formula 1 these days. That extreme wet compounder tyre is here, and now this is going to be a massive race of attrition. 28 laps of learning the grip, finding your confidence here in wet conditions compared to your dry running earlier in the race. Well, in qualifying, my apologies. But it will be Charlie out on top to start your race from pole position. Don't forget, Ignellis will have that toe and that more important inside line, as we saw with many drivers, as Charlie has been disqualified. Huh? What's happened there? As Charlie and Rackler have both been disqualified. So they're going to have stone cold tyres. So this is even more perfect, more lined up for Ignellis to take that P1 position off the start here. As hopefully this does not mean we will have a restart. Hopefully this has been fixed. I do pray it has. That's a very weird one that first and sixth have been disqualified, unless maybe Rackler or Charlie were just being donuts. But you never know. But it's going to be Ignellis to round out into turn one at the moment, and he's learning the limit already. He sort of seems to be pushing as we're going to round off turn 20 for this formation lap here. Lap 0 out of 28. Your strategies at the moment, it's the battle of the one stop or the two stop here. Don't forget, the undercut is so important around here with such high tyre wear. But if the undercut, you can become so susceptible if you try that zero stop and it doesn't work. You've got to make it work. If you're going for it, you've got to commit to it. But as I think it's Uminoy now rounds out to the final corner here, the Mercedes in 15th and last position will be your last driver to sit onto the grid here. As we're going to have the 5 red lights, we're going to have to do it on board here today. We're going to have to do it on board with the Red Bull here. As Rackler picks up a drive-through penalty, and we are underway here in Kota. What's it going to be as the run now into turn one? The camera angle is absolutely horrible. As Nil Sano gets an electric start, and Nil Sano takes the lead of the US Grand Prix here in Texas. Charlie, as that's the Alpine, Edzak has gone for a spin, the man of the intermediate compounded tyres. He has gone for a spin through turn one, and the Inters do seem to be the wrong choice of tyre. Rackler up into third place at the moment, as I think there's more drama at the back. The Flying Scotsman is off the track, down into 11th, and now battling with the Ferrari at Ball Boy. Here is JB picks up a 5-second time penalty. Don't forget, Rackler has that drive-through up in P3 at the moment. Here comes Catanimo on Leslie. I think that's through turn 8 and turn 9 now. Leslie defends that beautifully, as I think Charlie has gone for a spin. Your pole sitter today has spun it. He's retired on track. That is very disappointing, but it is Nilsano out on top, Rackler in second, Michael in third now, and don't forget, Rackler has that drive through, Michael will be his provisional P2, and Mikael Van Dongen, his brother, provisional P3, as though Stephen into sixth. Cassidy is being swallowed a pole here. The Flying Scotsman is being eaten like a Milagis. Yeah, now he's really struggling for traction as he's got back past Bulbo, who went off the track there. Ignellis as well. He is really struggling in these conditions. And your top two definitely seem to be called out on that in qualifying and gone for dry setups it looks like, and gone for qualifying position as that Ballboy tried to hook it around the inside of 18. Lost through 17, 18 as Glennis still can't get on the power as Ed Zach has got past Scar for your race leaders. I think, yeah, Rackler is going to take his drive through here on lap 1, but here on lap at the end of lap 1 it is still Nosano out on top, Michael F1 in second, Miguel Van Dongen in third, and still JB with that 5-second penalty. Oh Stephen, I repeat, Stephen is up to 5th as Scar has gone for a spin as he's into the pit lane alongside Rackler. Ed Zach and Humanoid here battling through turn 1. Don't forget, Humanoid has gone for a spin as he's got very trigger happy on his accelerator here today. Ignore the timings between Ignatius and Cassidy. I know Stephen, there they are a bit off. I'd be very concerned if Stephen was 2 minutes off Nilsano already. But that is a very electric start indeed, and anything can happen here in FRL. And speaking of anything can happen in FRL, Cassidy is now all over the back of the Ferrari here. As is he going to try down by the inside of turn 11? He is. He's later on the brakes. Oh, Stephen leaves him enough space here, and he has a bit of a Tokyo drift there on the exit. Cassidy is through and up into 5th position for the Williams team. It's a 2 and a 5 so far for Williams. It's a great all the points for them as Leslie and Ballboy, but 2 Scuderias are fighting it out here as it could be going intermediates. Don't do it, lads. We're going 3 wide into turn 12 as Ed Zach out of nowhere. Ballboy has gone off the track a little bit like Antonio Giovinazzi back in them days, but Ed Zach just seems so confident. Has the Latvian got the strategy right despite what has happened? We're going to have a look further back here. Has Scar is on the full wet. Humanoid has gone for another spin here. Rackler is ahead of the Mercedes driver, but Ed Zach, don't rule him out of this race. He is on that green wall tyre. He is the one who could challenge Nilsano. Speaking of Nilsano, he was 2.5 ahead, now he's 6/10. Michael F1 hounding all over the back. I think that was Michael F1 taking your fastest lap of the race by over 2 seconds to Nilsano. Nilsano does not seem comfortable in these conditions. Michael F1 seems at 1 in these conditions. Here for the Williams team, Mikael Van Dongen trying to stick with him, but looks comfortable there in P3 at the moment, despite having JB all over the back of it. Don't forget, JB has got that 5-second time penalty. Whether it'll be removed is another question. As Mickey now, he's all over the back of he's got past Ballboy. The Ferrari just doesn't seem to want to settle down in these conditions, as despite his teammate being up in 6th there and having the race of his life. Don't forget, Ignelis now have a Lithuanian ahead. Well, sorry, all over the back is Michael F1. Michael F1 is going for it. He's going to go for the switchback of dreams here. As now Nilsano, all he can do is defend pixelated water, they say, as how he defends harsh, and it's a VSC. The Mercedes has gone. Humanoid is out of this Grand Prix, and that ruined our battle. No, I'm joking. I think he's retired out on trial. That's good to know. As we are now under VSC conditions, so I'm going to grab a little drink of strawberry water. In fact, I'm going to be a bit posh. I got some strawberry water. My apologies as well, we have forgotten to do our brief predictions. Let's not do it now because we know Charlie's out. Charlie would have been a lot of people's favourite for this race win. We'll check into the Discord in a minute. Don't forget, we don't know when the timing's going to be. As Mickey picked up a drive-through. Mickey has picked up a drive-through down in P10. It's not ideal for the Mercedes, as I think Ballboy has just got past him as well through turn 18, and the Ferrari now becoming a bit more alive here. As now Nilsano, he's got more defence to do. Michael F1 looks to be the Rainmeister, and Michael Schumacher wannabe at this point here. He wants this race win, and he seems at 1 with the car. He seems to be the Rainmeister. The Rainmeister destined to possibly even be a Weltmeister here today. But now Nilsano, 8 tenths clear As I think further back, the Alpines have swapped positions. Ignellis might have just let Edzak through. We don't know yet. Could have been a mistake from Ignellis, but if it is letting him by, that could indicate that the intermediates are a lot faster. As Mickey has been passed by Rackler. Rackler's trying to make this recovery drive on that wet after the drive through, but he's going to send it. What a move from Rackler! Through turn 9, Bullboy holds on, but he can't hold long enough. The Aston Martin dances around the Ferrari, and the Mercedes says thank you very much. I will take that P11 off you, despite my drive through. I'm going to not give up as Bullboy completely outbrakes himself. He's headed off to Canada, while we're still here in Kota. As well, further back, Edzak looks to be tacking O'Stephen. Edzak he genuinely seems so quick in the moment on that green wall compounder tyre. And is it time for the intermediates? As now Michael Van Dongen has got Michael F1, who's gone off the track there. 2.2 is the gap between P2 and P1 at the moment, as Edzak is now passed the Ferrari of O'Stephen there. Oh, some people might call him the moving chicane. I call him the GOAT. You never know though. As Michael F1 tries to look down the inside of turn 20 on Michael Van Dongen, but Michael Van Dongen has a horrible exit here, and needs to battling is really helping the Alfa Romeo Sauber there of Neil Sarno, as Cassidy now takes your fastest lap of the race. Michael F1 to the inside of turn 1. Has he done it? Don't forget, Michael Van Dongen, he's got the switchback. Nope. Michael F1 makes the move into P2 and is now the one chasing. Then the bottle merchant himself, Neil Sarno. I'm surprised he hasn't spun yet. He's taking this very easy. Leslie has got past the Scuderia Ferrari of O'Stephen. The Scuderia AlphaTauri looking alive in this race now. Further back as well, as I think Mickey, he's serving his drive-through penalty. As Scar takes your fastest lap of the race for the wet compounder tyre. And apologies about that, as I think we've had Rackler go for a spin. I will commentate. I must be commentating like a golf presenter at the moment. Apologies about that. But as well, Cassidy has got past JB here for P3. As yeah, it was Michael Van Dongen going for a spin. Now he's gone a little bit wide there, but he's all over the back of his Ellis now. Going through turn number 14 here, and Umnoid has left the session. Don't forget, he is out of this race. That could cause a bit of a screen freeze for everyone. As O'Stephen now down the inside, can he hold it through turn number 16 into 17 here? Here comes O'Stephen, the Ferrari driver. He's not able to do it, but Van Dongen goes a little bit wide there, so they're wheel to wheel. It's the Aston Martin versus the Ferrari. It's Experience versus another Flying Dutchman. Here's Van Dongen goes off the track there, and O'Stephen makes that move into P8. Further forward as well, Cassie and JB fighting this out. The Flying Scotsman versus the F4 champion, the last F4 champion. It's the Flying Scotsman out ahead of the McLaren here. It's a double podium for the Williams team at the moment. But still, out on top, it's Neil Sarno here. And, yeah. As Matteo Van Dongen has got past O'Stephen as well, in the first sector. As yeah, sorry, I'm a little bit annoyed at the moment. If you couldn't tell, as Bullboy is really struggling in these conditions. No doubt he'll be blaming the car. Well, everyone's in the same car. As JB still all over the back. No, sorry, Edzak has got him. The Inters seem faster. Is it time for that green wall compounder tyre to make its way into this race? In the masses? Or is it still too wet for drivers to consider it? The one to watch is Neil Sarno. Michael F1 though is still all over the back of him, and he seems to be the one to watch here. as Nosano just seems to be really struggling here today, as it looks like he does have a little bit more ERS. Seems like Michael is more comfortable in these conditions, but who's going to pull the trigger? It's Nilsano to pull the trigger here today. Let's see what he goes for. Michael F1 takes the lead of the US GP here. Nilsano is up there now in second. It's now a Williams 1 and 2 at the moment. Cassidy is up to second. It's double W's here as Edzak is now up to third. Nilsano, he's onto the green wall tyre. He's on the Inters now. Don't forget, Edzak started on them compounds, so they will be dying off. But can he be the one to possibly go for the no stop here, as everyone's going to have to go for that green wall tyre. So now the brothers are fighting here. They're squabbling over who gets the TV remote. That is Van Dongen who gets out in front. The Alfa Romeo of Nelsano trying to get past him here, but he's not going to be enduring this. He's going to be down. Move. I have somewhere to be. And this is going to really be costing ties. The Aston Martins are going wheel to wheel here. They go off, but one goes off the track. That's Racklow off the track, who's now ahead of his brother Van Dongen. Michael Van Dongen, there's a bit of a wheel bang in there, and that's not ideal from the Aston Martin here. As now the with Rackler has Nelsano all in with mirrors here today. And is he able to hold on? No, the acceleration is letting down the pad traction. Really has helped Nilsano to get up now into P7. Michael's got a box. I'm going to call it now. Michael's got a box this lap. And he's got to make the call now, because Nilsano is in undercut range of the Williams driver. No, he stays out. I don't know what he's doing. He's getting undercut by Nilsano. Cassidy stays out. Edzak is flying. Surely everyone's got to see that he's Inters. As now the brothers are seriously fighting this out, as Van Dongen picks up your first 3-second time penalty and into the pit lane now. As well, Mickey and O'Steven, the Mercedes and the Ferrari, reminiscent of the years for these two. My apologies. Now O'Steven is up into 9th ahead of Van Dongen, who's boxing. Bit late to say that, but it's going to be Edzak, the one to watch here, the Greenwood warrior here today. What's he going to be able to do? The BWT all over the Alpine here, the title sponsor battle here, as you could say. The BWT, the ones who need. Is he going to be able to get past here? It's the blue civil war here between the two. Nick Ellis has been passed here by Nilsano. Nilsano making light work of everyone while on that intermediate compound tyre. Edzak as well is past Cassidy, but Cassidy's not going to give this up easily. Through turn 14 we go, and they get so close, no contact, it's all fair here today. The Flying Scotsman versus the cool-headed Latvian. What's it going to be? It's going to be the Latvian out on top. Nilsano also past Leslie now. And you've got a box. They've got a box at the front. What's Michael F1 going to do? He stays out. Edzak, obviously, he's going to stay out. What's Cassidy going to do? Stays out. JB. It's Nilsano for company. Ignellis as well is going past Leslie. And that is a beautiful move. JB is into the pit lane. Ignellis is into the pit lane. So is Leslie. The Williams drivers are costing themselves so much time. To Nilsano, you've got a box, gents. You've got a box. No. As O'Steven stays out, the widely old head. Maybe if O'Steven stays out, it's a smart thing to do. Who knows? But here comes O'Steven through turn 1. It's rare we've ride on board with him. Mickey down the Mercedes We're just going to quickly check now the tyres. Yep, everyone's coming in for that intermediate compounder tyre, so everyone's going to be pushing a lot more. Your gainers and losers. Michael F1, 7. Plus 7. Elzak plus 2. Cassidy plus 4. Nilsano down 1. O'Steven up 5. Ignalis down 4. Mickey up 6. Leslie up 4. JB equal. Scar down 5. Rattler down 5. Bullboy up 2. Van Dongen down 2. And your DNFers. Don't tell me Van Dongen. Bullboy's been sent to the shops and he's not coming back with the milk. Van Dongen has just made a beautiful move here in Kota tonight, and that is reminiscent of the good old years for him. As I think they're just taking a mick now of this bloody thing, as he is the only one to gather penalty at the moment. 8 seconds worth of penalties. I think that might have been speed in pit lane. But Michael, I'm confused. You see the gap. Ezak stays out. Cassidy stays out. Nilsano is going to stay out. O'Steven. All aboard O'Steven trains. As the bus tour has now commenced of Texas. Nilsano sets the fastest lap of the race. This has to be the indicator to Michael and to Cassidy to come in. Then again, if with the rate everyone's charging at them, O'Steven's being a bit of a miracle blocker here, but they might as well stay out now. It's a gamble. Don't forget, them Inters might not make it to the end. Ignalis though, is he going to get past? He's got the traction, he's got the grip. It's Ignalis into P5 for the Alpine team. It's a 2 and a 5 for the Alpine. As Leslie has passed Mickey now. Mickey seems to be a bit of a moving chicane here. As now JB looks down the inside of turn 1. Don't forget, Mickey is on that whether compounder tyre, the extreme, where it's not the intermediates. However, JB is up and through into P8. And now it's Scar trying to get past the Mercedes Works team driver, the last of the two in this race. As now Ignalis is allowed to charge. Rattler picks up a 3-second time penalty. It's your Aston Martin who love their time penalties. Still though, Nilsano chasing him down. Cassidy has been caught here with napping. And is this going to be game set match for Nilsano? Don't forget, Ezak is still up here, however, on the other intermediate compounder tyre. So is it going to be enough? Cassidy needs to defend for Michael here. Don't forget, Michael's still leading here. As further down, Rattler and Scar are fighting it out. Scar is past the McLaren and up and through into that final points playing position. Don't forget, the penalty though is going to be key here. Don't tell me Scar was going to go for it and they nearly wipe out. Nilsano still on the back of Michael Cassidy, my apologies. And the Williams team, they need a red flag. They need a safety car to come. They need it to hammer it down to have any chance of winning this race. But not for long. Nilsano is now up and through into 3rd place and looks set to be your race winner. Don't forget Ezak though. He's still in this race. 3.5 seconds is the gap between your two leading intermediate compound runners. As Ignalis now takes your fastest lap of the race. Then again, the Inters don't seem all too fast in comparison to the wet weather compounder tyres. As Leslie is now getting passed by people. As JB gets past O'Steven. Is he going to send it? He's late for stamp. The McLaren has sent it into P6. Leslie has had his pants pulled down. Wait! When did this happen? Drama at the front of the field. Michael F1 has picked up a 3-second time penalty and he's going from bad to worse for Williams. The strategy isn't working. And now he's picked up a penalty. Rattler is past O'Steven as well into 8th place, and that's 4 World Championship points going the way of the Aston Martin if he can clear a 3-second gap to O'Steven. As here on lap 11, I'm bored. I'm not a big fan of this track, to be honest, but oh well. As now looking through it, I don't see many battles. Maybe Ezak and Michael F1 right on board with these two for a bit. Yeah, never know with the Alpine. And here he comes, Michael F1. He's made the call way too late. And into the pit lane, Cassidy stays out. He's going to avoid the double stack. Edzak is now going to be your race leader. Here, the Latvian, the level-headed Latvian, as we're going to call him here. Ahead of your now, the Flying Dutchman, Nelsana, the Flying Bottle Merchant. So we've got the level-headed Latvian, we've got the Bottle Merchant, we have the Flying Scotsman, we have Charlie's favourite, we have Lithuania, so I need to think of some. The F4 champ, Leslie, getting passed by Rackler as well. I need to think of nicknames for everyone in this league. I genuinely do. That'd be a lot more fun, I think. Michael, though, 4th place at the moment. He's genuinely... I think Stephen holding everyone up has definitely helped minimise the damage as Leslie now picks up a 3-second time penalty through the S section. And, you know, lap 12 here. 17 laps in total to go, including this one. There's a yellow flag in sector 2 who's gone for a spin. I think it could have been maybe Van Dongen. Is Leslie now trying down the inside of JB here. And has he got him? Wow! Leslie's made the move! What a move from him! There's Nilsano and Edzak fighting for that lead of the race. My apologies, I got a little bit distracted. Nilsano trying to get past the level-headed Latvian now. What's it going to be? For the Flying Dutchman, is he going to be able to get through? Edzak defends with all his might, but you do sense, is it a matter of when, not if, Nilsano gets past? Don't no need to speak anymore. Cassidy's into the pit lane. Here comes Nilsano. Down into turn 1. It's the Flying Dutchman into first, and he is not going to look back anymore. Edzak's tyres must be going off surely at this point. Lap 13 of 28 at the moment, and here comes Nilsano. As Ignalis is also ahead of Cassidy. Cassidy will be in P5. In clean air as well, so it's not all doom and gloom for the Williams team, as Michael F1 does seem to be the fastest car on track mode. Can he gain that 13 seconds back? Only time will tell for him, and maybe he's just making the race interesting for us. Yep, Edzak's tyres are going out the window and leaving any grip they've got left back in Miami, I think. As yeah, you can see Michael F1, he's just hounding down Edzak at this point. Oh, Steven is past Mickey as well. Mickey into the pit lane. Forward at intermediate rubber. And still Bullboy out at the back of the grid. We're on a ball with him for a little bit. Why not? Never mind. Van Dongen is all over the back of JB. The Aston Martin and the McLaren here. The two Mercedes power cars. Equal engines for them both. But I think Van Dongen... he's going to be safe from an attack at the moment. Yeah, it's really boring when you can't actually... I don't enjoy commentating over wet weather races, but they're part of racing at the end of the day. It just feels a lot slower. I'm going to pour myself a drink. As Van Rackler's past Scar as well for 9th position, don't forget. As I'm just keep an eye out. I don't think anyone's going to make a move. Edzak into the pit lane though. And that's for the new set of intermediate rubber. The rain seems to be easing off. The track seems to be getting better. Whether we're going to have any driving today here in the race is going to be another question. Michael F1 takes your fastest lap of the race, and he definitely seems to be the man on a mission at the moment, making this race a little bit more interesting. Don't forget, he has that 3-second time penalty to gap Nilsano, so he needs to basically beat Nilsano by 14 seconds here. Canellis now up into 3rd place as his teammate Pitt into 4th. But here comes Cassidy. Through turn 1, can Cassidy make the move? Don't forget, Edzak might be on a little bit colder tyre. Nope, Edzak parks his car beautifully and stays ahead of the Alpine. This is... Let's watch some wet weather mastery. Let's watch the Rainmeister Michael F1. This is phenomenal. Grab a drink, grab some popcorn. This is going to be some exquisite driving here to watch. Michael F1 just seems to be the Rainmeister here in Texas. Ooh. If anyone's in the chat, maybe if you guys want to give me a driver to watch over, you're more than welcome to. Maybe we watch Michael F1. This is a wet weather mastery. Yellow flags in set 3. I think that's Mikael van Dongen going for a Spinella there, and he's going to let his brother back by, but not for long there, boy. It's a bit of a sibling squabble as Van Dongen gets forced off the track there. And Rackler gets the TV remote. As yeah, this is just phenomenal to watch. I'm in awe of Michael F1. He just seems to be your Rainmeister at the moment. And genuinely speaking, if we had a wet race tomorrow in F1, I genuinely think he'd be up there. I'm in awe of this wet weather driving. This is phenomenal stuff from Michael F1. He just seems to be at one with the car here, and this is just phenomenal. As Ed Zach has been passing his teammate here, in a desperate attempt to try and get back up into second on that fresh compound tyre. Further behind though, it's Cassidy versus Ignelis. It's Cassidy up into P4 at the moment, chasing down Ed Zach. Ignelis just had no response there on the Flying Scotsman, but still, Michael F1. 3.3 seconds. This is genuinely a wet weather masterclass as Ignelis is out into the pit lane here, and I think that's going to be for a new fresh set of intermediate compound tyres. And I will say this now, Michael F1 has played this to absolute perfection. I would admit, I thought he was a little bit crazy for going as long as he did on the full wets, but he has absolutely done me dirty here, and he looks to be the man to beat now. So here we go now into turn 11, 1.9 is gap. Michael F1 could be your favourite here for this race win. Lap 16 of 28 here. My apologies for not talking a whole lot. I'm genuinely so tired. Long day of work, innit? But oh, he goes a little bit wide there. A little time loss there, and he's definitely showing a bit susceptible to making the mistakes. But hopefully he can just get his head down, maybe get past Nilsano and win this race. You just never know with Michael F1. He just seems to be the only driver who can he could win the race and DNF at the same time. You just never know with him. He's just one of the most complete drivers, you could say. As Ed Zach, don't rule him out of this race win though. He's 7.6 behind. He doesn't need to do a second lap. We're going to run on board here. Michael F1, Nilsano into the pit lane. Michael F1 is going to take the lead of the American Grand Prix here today. in Kota. Yellow flags in behind. I think that might have been O'Steven. I'm just gonna get I need to fix my setup up a little later. So much I'll do a little bit while we are in the commentary box. Nelsano is going to come out in P4 at the moment. Ignelis ahead of. We're going to go to that battle. As Ignelis is now up to 5th as Leslie comes into the pit lane now. And yeah, genuinely speaking, Michael F1 just looks at one with the car at the moment. And you know, you just never know with Michael. He could genuinely take this win. Don't rule out Zach. Don't rule out Cassidy either. This is a really good result so far for the Williams team, however. As O'Steven is going to be past Scott. Is he going to be past Leslie, however? Leslie through turn 1. How many laps old is Michael's tyres? Genuinely speaking, 5 lap old. He doesn't have to stop again. That's all I'm going to say. Michael doesn't have to stop. There is your tyre life. We'll give it for you for the whole of lap 17. But here comes Leslie. He's trying to get past the level-headed Northern Irishman. I don't know with O'Steven half the time. Apparently he's an Irishman who lives in, who supports Middlesbrough. I mean, come on, you had all the choices of teams in the world and picked Middlesbrough. Come on. No, but don't rule out Zach though. He's the one who's been hounding in on that intermediate. He's got the most experience on that intermediate tyre in this race, but 11 laps to go. Put it in the comments. Don't forget, Michael has got a 3-second time penalty for track limit. So Edzak can take it a little bit easier, save his tyres up for the end of this race. But here comes Michael, as I'm just going to check in the chat. As, oh no! As I've just got a revelation here that as Leslie is fighting O'Steven, on his final run, Ian Ellis got held up by Ball Boy. As Nilsano makes a very snarky comment saying, but Exact must have thought this was real F1 and started on Inters. As Rackler is into the pit lane now. Same with JB. This is a battle to try and get ahead. Leslie has undercut them both and is now going to be up into P6. Leslie, I'm going to say that Leslie has genuinely been on a. He's actually had a masterclass. He's been quietly very good in this race. And I hope to see more of this from him this season. And now Michael F1 still in that lead of the race. Scar up to 9th there. But 3.5 is your gap, including the penalty. So let's just pray that Michael doesn't get another penalty. Please, I actually genuinely want to see him win. And I'm not meant to have bias, but I'm a bit like Charlie. I don't care who wins, I just want to get... No. It's one of those where we genuinely do not... where it's nice to see Michael win a race. Again, it would be lovely to see Ed Zach win a race as well. He is a phenomenal driver. Same with Cassidy as well. Less said about him, the better. But anyway... It's very, very boring on track, as though Stephen and Mika want to prove me wrong there. That's the commentator's cars coming in. Mika and the Ferrari driver... going wheel to wheel down into turn 12. Oh, Stephen later on the brakes than Mickey. And he goes for a bit of a half spin. And Mickey is ahead up into P7. The Mercedes, quietly as well, has made a very good recovery drive. And as soon as I say that, he's off the track. I am refraining from talking about Michael. Please note that. I am going to refrain from talking about Michael now for the rest of the race. But still, Mickey trying to get past O'Steven here, and he looks to be quite strong at the moment. As the charging Silver Arrows car is trying to get past the Ferrari. No, what's happened here? Michael has lost so much time. Surely, what's going on? Michael's tyres can't be going off, surely. I think he's had a mistake somewhere. And now this really ramps up the pressure. He needs Edzak to pick up a bounty. He needs Cassidy to get past the Alpine and back him up here. This will be a great result for the Williams team. They need this result. Here on lap 19 of 28. Don't forget, anything can happen in F1, however. And that is the same for FRL F2. Nilsano's entered the conversation as well to try and get back into this. As Rackler picks up another 3-second time penalty. And Michael really struggling now. Please, his tyres can't be going off now. Surely they can't be going off. Van Dongen picks up another 3-second time penalty for track limits. Rackler decides to do a Rackler and makes a pretty decent move, to be fair, on JB. A bit reckless, but still pretty good, to be fair, for the Aston Martin. As he's weaving. He was weaving. Mint. Stephen and Mickey as well. They're still finding out. Don't forget Scar is now entering the frame for this battle here. As here comes Scar on the traction. He's going to take Mickey here as JB picks up a 3-second time penalty down in P11. And Scar is past not one. Can he get past both of them? No, he can't just yet. He's going to think better of sending it on O'Stephen just yet. But this is a great battle at the moment. Down the inside turn 20, you don't see a move here every day, every week, do you? As he is now passed on the accelerator and is through into P7, but not just yet. You can't rule out the old fox of Mr. O'Stephen. And you can throw Mickey back into this. Here comes O'Stephen, round the outside, around the outside. And it's not worked out. Now he's under pressure from the Mercedes driver. Mickey trying to get his way back into this race. I know Stephen still out ahead of the Mercedes, but losing the position to the McLarens here. Scar, great recovery so far from him from last on the grid. At points where he was spinning around a lot. But I don't know what to say. Michael F1 has just lost so much time. I don't know what's going on. Then again, look at the battery. You can see the little, very bright yellow line. Edzak feels so confident in these conditions compared to Michael F1. And he's just pushing the car on the limit. And it is a testament as yeah, as you see there. I'm going to get the something up for you guys. We're going to get this up. As you see there, I don't tend to have this up a lot. I'm going to get rid of that tyre part though, as you've seen it. But here through onto lap 21, you can just see how much battery Edzak has in comparison to Michael F1. He's not pushing it a whole lot. He just seems very tentative on that throttle. The only thing I'm considering is maybe he's looking for a last lap attack to try and push away from Edzak. He needs to start pushing now. Please use your battery, Michael. If you can hear me, use your battery. Edzak is out of battery. He's on 22%. As he's listened to me. He's using his battery. And Edzak isn't. So maybe the commentator gets him back into this. Mickey as well. It's going to go down the inside of O'Stephen. O'Stephen trying to go around the outside again. There's contact between the Mercedes and the Ferrari, and Rackler's going to be looking at his lips with the prospect of these two possibly even colliding and taking each other out of the race. Further ahead, Michael 1.3, 1.1. He is now saving the battery. Michael, please use your battery. If you want to win, you've got to use it. You've got to push it. Now he's in the penalty range of Cassidy, and if he's not careful, he is going to drop out the podium as Bullboy is being incompetent. No, don't tell me. Michael is into the pit lane for new tyres. Exactly. Cassidy is in second. Nilsano now is onto that podium. Ignelis, I think he's going to get out ahead. Here we go. Is it going to be enough? Can Michael get Ignelis? It's going to be close. On the run to turn one, he's accelerating, foot to the floor, down the inside, he holds it, no, Ignellis, wheel to wheel, into turn two, neither of them can get traction. Michael is up into 4th place, but has he got enough time to go on the attack here? It's all or nothing for Michael. He's got to get his foot to the floor as JB is now passed through Stephen. Oh, Stephen dropping out of the points. Don't forget penalties are still in play. But Michael F1, he has 7 laps to make up. He's got to do basically 2 seconds a lap faster. Overtake Nilsano, Cassidy and Ed Zach. And basically Michael needs a miracle. Let's say that for free. I promise you, I think next week will be a lot more interesting because I won't be working on the Monday. But that's work tomorrow, so I'm very happy about that indeed. I won't be commentating. But Nilsano, by the way, sorry, my apologies, has got past Cassidy. Not anyone cares about Nilsano, but you know, I'm joking. I'm not really joking. As the yellow flags, Van Doggen! Van Doggen is out of the race, and that's a big crash! VSC is out. Michael is going to be kicking himself. Daddy box, Nilsano boxes! Cassidy boxes! Exact stays out! And Michael! No, Michael! Michael! This is so not right! Michael stays out, and oh, that is gut-wrenching. If you are a fan of Michael F1, to see this happen, it's a full... Wait, is it a full or... Wait, what's going on? It's a full call safety car. I don't know why it says virtual for me, but oh well. Exact stays out. Nilsano is now into 2nd. He is in prime position to win this. Michael into... He's crashed into the wall. Michael, he is out of this race, and I don't know why he's done that, to be honest. Because he still could have got a good result. I don't think he realises a lot of people behind him have got penalties. Then again, yeah, the drive-through, it's not going to be helpful. He's letting through Ignellis. Scar picks up a 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane, the cheeky bugger. And Michael's race has just gone from Cloud 9 to the sewer room of hell. Bullboy picks up a 5-second penalty for being a naughty boy and ignoring the yellow flag as he's overtaken the safety car. For once, Bullboy has overtaken a car in this race. It's a miracle. Bullboy has overtaken someone in the race. Sorry. Oh my gosh, you just can't write it, but Michael has now got a drive-through penalty and he is going to be out of the points. I don't know what to say, and but we will get underway very shortly indeed. I'm going to have a little drink. Nope, I'm not. I can't be bothered to get my drink. What I am going to do, though, is I'm going to go around here. There we go, Michael is into the pit lane. I don't blame him if he retires, but I hope he doesn't. For his sake, please do not retire. Don't do it, Micah! But don't forget, Mickey could be a big gainer in this. As he's... I don't know whether he's taking a mick now or something. He's on the full wet. That's a little bit dangerous. But I don't know why he's done that, to be honest with you. Because all that's going to do is hold up everyone behind him. Because I think the one thing that I didn't expect to die on me died on me, and that was my controller. Here today, here in F2. I have to remember what tier we're in. But we should have about 3 laps of racing, I think. No DRS, obviously. But yeah, it'll be very interesting to see this end of a race. Maybe, you know, yeah, just never know who's going to win. I don't really know what to talk about. Ballboy in the pit lane. We're going to have to wait for him. Which isn't fun, but... But we should get underway on possibly the next lap. Both Stephen Attlee turn 1 Ballboy in Los Santos at this point. He might as well be, but he hasn't really turned up today. Might just ping him and just say, Apple, turn. You can turn up. But nah. Still waiting, this is fun, but... But we are going to get underway here. My apologies, I was a little bit distracted. The phone. Edzak is your virtual Mylander here today. And we're going to get underway. 3 laps of racing to decide this race. Edzak versus Gonzalo. It's Cassie Connery. We all like Nellis either. Maybe could see an Alpine one too. It's going to be Edzak here to decide who's going, when to go. He's going, gone. Here, as we are green flag running one more time here. As we got the 11 drivers here. Ballboy all the way at the straight here, and they're already wheel to wheel. Nasano wants to get this done ASAP. He's on that fresher compounded intermediates. Edzak's are pretty worn out here. Edzak as well. Sorry, Cassidy trying to have a look in. Nilsano takes the lead of the race. Michael F1 on that wet compounded tyre. Scar picks up a 3-second time penalty, but Edzak has sent it again. Nilsano, Nilsano, what is going on with the Flying Dutchman? There's something wrong with this car. Oh, that's contact. This car picks up a 3-second time penalty. Oh my word, there's a lot of penalties. Don't forget, Michael F1 does have to serve a drive-through penalty. Oh no! Ignelis has gone for a spin. That's more on Nilsano there. You could really say that is on Nilsano on both of them really for that. But now Cassidy leads. Cassidy is in the front. The Flying Scotsman versus the level-headed Latvian versus the Flying Dutchman. Who's going to take it out on track here? Could it be Cassidy? Could it be Nilsano? Could it be Edzak here today? As now Nilsano and Edzak wheel to wheel down into turn 12 here, and Nilsano makes the move on Edzak the Alpine. Really not feeling all too good on that really worn compounder tyre now. As Michael, don't forget, drive through, but that's not going to stop him here. I'm going to get you your penalties up here today. Yeah, Michael, drive through. Scar, it's forgotten what track limits are. JB, sort of knows, so does Leslie. Rackler has half the knowledge. As Michael was past Edzak now, and the full wets are fast. I think Michael was going to drive to the end. He might just take everything, the penalty, the drive through, maybe get disqualified, cheeky bugger. As he will have to serve it at the end of this lap. He will get disqualified, unfortunately, otherwise. But it's still Cassidy out on top here. Nilsano in second, Michael in third. As I think that's Stephen gone for a spin. The Ferrari Mazda plan is going up in flames as always. Even the horse has had enough. He is galloping off into that Italian sunset here today. But it's Cassidy out on top. He has gained such a large gap on Nilsano, who looks to be cutting corners now to try and keep up with Cassidy. The Flying Scotsman of Williams looks so good as he's spun. The cheeky bugger spun. And I thought he was going to try to get a penalty removed, but no, he's spinning again, the cheeky bugger. We have to wait on him for another time here. Cassidy though, 2.3, he's clear. It's clear. Oh, Stephen passed Mickey again. And don't forget, this is full position, no penalties as for the Mercedes or the Ferrari here today. And this safety car has definitely made this race a lot more alive again. Sorry for my lesson enthusiasm here. I have to be quiet. I hate it. I hate this. Leslie as well is already past Edzak as well. Don't forget, Leslie does have that penalty. But this is really helping Leslie as Edzak, he just doesn't seem confident on this Warner compounder tyre. And this is definitely one of those races where you just cannot call it until the flag drops. The checkered flag drops, as now Leslie is up and through into 4th position. And I've just... As Michael F1 into the pit lane now. He's going to have to drive through. Cassidy has set the fastest lap. I've just figured for that. If Leslie gaps, Leslie is on the podium. Have I ever said that before? Leslie on the podium. Edzak is past Scar here. JB as well. It's the McLaren versus the Alpines here. They're going to go 3 wide. Scar sends it. Scar. Through goes Rackler on JB and Edzak. Rackler is up and into 5th now. What is going on? Nilsano picks up a 3-second time penalty. His game set match here for Cassidy. Cassidy is going to be your race winner here. But I don't believe I'm going to save it. And I'm going to savour every moment here. This is a once-in-a-lifetime podium here in Formula 2 of FRL Season 13 of Formula 2 as well here today. But this race has been absolutely bonkers. You cannot write it. Even if you were writing a book, this race would never be this bonkers. And I can't believe some of the stuff I'm going to be saying about this race in a positive light. But going through the 3rd sector for the final time, as I think Bullboy's come into the pits now. I don't know what he's doing, because I think he's going to go for a lap. I'm not really. As JB has passed Edzak now, and Edzak is just dying. But for the first time in F2, it's 3 different winners And for the first time this season, it's the Williams, it's Cassidy, the Flying Scotsman takes the win. Nilsano takes second, but keep your applause going for Leslie, a first podium in the Formula Infantry Racing League. It's Leslie on the podium. You could not write it. Edzak is in fourth, Ignelli's fifth, JB sixth. Rackler 7th, Michael F1 8th, O'Steven 9th, Scar takes your final points paying position, Mickey takes 11th, Bullboy, we're waiting for him to turn up. That is something else. This as always doing donuts. I might talk and see what he's this guy. Can we get him disqualified? This is not fun. We're waiting for. As JB has left, he will get his original position, I believe, of 6th anyway, so no need to worry about that. There for him, so. As I haven't even got your intern driver of the day. That is mint. But it's going to be Cassidy to take your victory here. The victor's crown. Nilsano in second with Leslie in third. He doesn't know what he's doing up there. He's very confused. What am I doing up here? But we will get interviews underway shortly with you. Hopefully your race winner, Cassidy and Leslie. No, your race winner, Nilsano and Leslie. My apologies there. We'll never see. We'll see, possibly. Need to quickly. But your race winner today is Cassidy. Nilsano takes second. Leslie takes a shock podium into P3. Edzak in fourth. Ignellis in fifth. I think Rackler was sixth. No, sorry. JB is sixth. Rackler 7th, Michael F1 in 8th, O'Steven 9th, Scar 10th, Mickey in 11th, and Bullboy being Bullboy. And the rest of your grid is here. Michael F1, Humanoid, and Charlie are your non-race finishers. But we will get your top guys into the party now. I'll invite all of them in. I'm gonna go on the play together. I'm being lazy today. So it was Leslie. Cassidy. Nosano. And we'll see if they join the party, and we'll just wait a little bit for all of them to join. We'll start. You know what? We'll start straight away since we have our race winner here today. A bit of a shock race winner, you could say. So obviously not wasn't there for most of the race, but was never really in in first until that late safety car came in. But it is your race winner, the Flying Scotsman. Cassidy, are you there? Right, so obviously, let's start with qualifying, and I'm trying to remember where you qualify. I'll just have a quick double check. Eighth place, so obviously, must have tailored your setup towards that, to the wet conditions. Did you possibly think about starting on with doing a dry setup and just braving out on the in the rain, or? Yeah, yeah, obviously, we saw you and Michael staying out quite long, and we did wonder when you were going to come into the pit lane for that intermediate. We did see it a lot faster. Obviously, not as easy to see the weather conditions on track in the comms box. We did think it was Inters, and it did seem a lot faster. But going towards the mid stage of our race, obviously, you were still fighting for that podium, and we saw Michael get that penalty. But yeah, drive through on the safety car as well. Was there any point in the race that you thought, unless there was obviously there was a safety car, if the safety car never came out, do you think it was more just getting that podium, or? Yeah, but it definitely proved. Yeah, and obviously your first points of the season, and good momentum actually for next week, where we go to our first of the 3 sprint rounds. We go to the Spanish Grand Prix. Do you think the momentum's going to continue on for you? Fair enough. Yeah, well, obviously you. Yeah, well, you definitely proved today. If the rain comes, you'll be up there, hopefully for the next races. So may the rain possibly come for the Spanish Grand Prix for yourself. But yeah, congratulations on the win today, and enjoy your evening. No worries at all. And we're going to line up that with the man in second position, and you could say a bit of a bottle, but I think we're going to be nice and say that it was still a very strong performance from him. And that is Mr. Nilsano. Are you there?
Yeah.
So obviously, to begin with, your qualifying best, you could say best of the rest. Ignalis and Charlie did seem to be the class of the field there. But you had, we'll start with the start of the race actually. You had a lightning start. Going into it, and was it more just at that point about trying to control the race, control the pace?
Trying to control the race, but that didn't happen.
Very, very direct answer. Yeah, I didn't expect that much. And obviously, you were the one to trigger the undercut on everyone for the intermediate compounder tyres. Did you feel the time was right when you boxed, or was it possibly a bit too early?
It was way too late.
Fair.
After lap 2, all the wet tires were already overheating. And I thought maybe we get a VSC or something and then we could pit, but the VSC ended right before the pit lane. So yeah, that was not ideal. And then after that I went some laps and I thought, nah, I'm losing too much time to AdSec.
Yeah, and
Then I pitted.
yeah, and today obviously showed to be a bit of a battle of attrition out there. But going into next week for Spanish Grand Prix, obviously we've seen your pace in the dry, and
Yeah.
obviously for Spain sprint week as well. So we will be in the one-shot quali as well.
Yeah.
That's going to be
I'm
fun.
not missing bottle.
And obviously the new layout as well. So a whole weekend of mystery, we could say, for the Spanish Grand Prix. How do you fancy your chances of possibly taking the race win?
Nah, if it rains not. I hate the rain around Spain. If it stays dry, it probably is because, yeah, I don't think I will win there. I thought Ignellis was very faster, so it's not happening.
But obviously, you never know. As today is proven, you just never know what's going to happen until the checker flag falls. But still, P2, great result for you. And yeah, hopefully we'll see you next week. Enjoy your evening.
Thanks.
No problem at all. And that is going to wrap it up. Unfortunately, I don't think we're going to get Leslie, the man in P3, shockingly there in P3 actually. As
Thanks.
we are going to wrap
You
up
as well.
the stream here today. Obviously, next time out, we'll be at the Spanish Grand Prix for the sprint race. The new layout, the chicane has gone. We've got the rounded off final corner. We've seen how it works in real life. Now let's see how it works in a league race. Should bring a lot more closer racing in the future. But until next time, guys, I've been your host, Zook, and we'll see you for F2 next week. Don't forget tomorrow, join us, Stephen and Ballboy, for FRL F1 here in Texas. Doi.